Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. You know how we do things around here. So today we are going to be diving into a brand new piece. It's called Humanity's Living Legacy by Shawn Wondunna-Foley.
Mm-hmm.
It was just published on January 30th, 2025.
Yeah.
So it is hot off the presses.
Very new.
Yeah, and I was really struck by kind of the energy of this piece. It's a call to action, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely.
To examine where we are as like humankind,
Mm.
where are we today,
Mm.
and then how can we create a better future? So let's just jump right in, I guess.
Yeah.
One of the things that really hit me right off the bat was how the author just comes out strong, saying
Yeah.
that humanity is poisoned, brainwashed, and enslaved.
Wow. Yeah, that's that's a pretty striking statement, right? You don't really see that every day in writing like this. It makes you wonder what they mean by that.
Right. What are we talking about here? Like literal chains.
I think it's safe to say it's more of a metaphor. I think what Wondunna-Foley is getting at is how the systems that we live in and the beliefs that we hold, so often they kind of box us in. They limit our potential.
Okay.
I mean, think about it. Like, how many times have you just gone along with something? Because that's how it's always been done, even if deep down you knew it wasn't really serving you.
All the time.
Yeah. Right. And so I think that's what the author is pointing at. It's like this systemic issue almost, this thing that's been going on for centuries, really.
That's heavy. Yeah. No, I can see that. I can see that for sure. And so, okay, so we're kind of in this, poisoned, brainwashed, enslaved situation.
Yeah.
So then what? Where do we go from there? Well, one of the things that the author really emphasizes is this idea of truth, like embracing the truth as like a catalyst for change.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. That's, it's almost like they're presenting this truth as a key, like a key to unlock a whole new level of understanding and freedom. But it makes you wonder, what is this truth? Is it like some objective thing that we can all agree on? Or is it more about a personal journey, a process of uncovering what's true for you?
I think it's a little bit of both.
Mm.
I think there are certain truths about the human condition and, about the way that systems work.
Right.
That maybe are universal. But then there's also a lot of personal truth, like things that we have to kind of uncover within ourselves. And it's not always easy. Like the author even compares like accepting the truth to swallowing a bitter pill.
Makes sense.
Think about it. Like, have you ever had to face a truth about yourself?
Yeah.
Maybe something you were doing wrong or a belief that you held that turned out to be harmful?
All the time.
It's not fun. It's not fun in the moment.
It's not easy, no.
But it can lead to so much growth.
Absolutely. And I think that's what Wondunna-Foley is getting at, It's like that growth, that awakening to truth. That's the foundation for everything else, like all the other changes that they're calling for in this piece. And one of the biggest changes they talk about is this need for a total mindset shift, moving away from this kind of me first mentality and moving towards a more loving, unified way of being.
Yeah.
Like where we prioritize the collective good,
Yeah.
Love, unity, collective responsibility.
Wow. Yeah, it's like a complete 180 from how most of us operate right now.
Right. It is. It's a big ask.
Yeah.
But, think about it. We're so used to thinking in terms of individuality, competition, scarcity.
Like every man for himself.
Exactly.
Right.
And the author is saying, no, we need to rewire our brains to operate from a place of interconnectedness.
Yeah.
We're all in this together. And they even use this term that's like unified consciousness, which, that's a whole other can of worms.
It sounds very complex. Like, is that even possible?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, imagine a world where everyone is acting in alignment with the well-being of the whole.
Okay.
Not just themselves. Like, that's a utopian vision, right? But Wondunna-Foley argues it's not just some feel-good ideal. It's essential for our survival.
Wow.
Like, if we want to make it as a species, we have to start thinking and acting collectively.
It's almost like we're being challenged to evolve as a species.
Yeah. And the cool thing is the author believes that even small daily actions that are aligned with these values, they can make a difference.
Okay, so like what we do every day matters.
Exactly. It all adds up, how we treat each other, how we engage with the world around us.
Yeah.
It all contributes to this larger shift.
Yeah.
And, it can feel overwhelming at times. Like, how can I possibly make a difference?
I know.
But the fact that we can contribute to that larger shift, it's actually pretty empowering.
Yeah, it is. And so, okay, so they're talking about this shift, this like, unified consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go even further and say that this will lead to all of these amazing things like peace and prosperity and even spiritual enlightenment.
Right. It's like painting this picture of a future where humanity has finally reached its full potential.
Like Star Trek.
Yeah, kind of. But like, how do we actually get there, you know?
Yeah.
Like, practically speaking, how do we bridge all these cultural divides? How do we overcome all the conflicting ideologies that are out there? And how do we ensure that everyone's voice is heard? I mean, these are huge challenges.
Yeah, it's very idealistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and the author acknowledges that.
Uh.
Like, they don't shy away from the difficulty of it all.
Right. And in fact, it all kind of builds up to this really powerful call to action at the end. You know, they're urging readers to wake up, take action, unite to create a living legacy.
Oh, I love that living legacy. That's a really good way to put it. It's not about statues or monuments.
No, it's about the kind of world that we leave behind for future generations.
Right.
Like, what systems do we build? What values do we prioritize? What stories do we tell? You know,
Yeah.
it really makes you think about your own impact, both big and small.
Yeah.
Every choice that we make contributes to the tapestry of humanity's legacy.
Wow. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground today. I feel like we went pretty deep. But to recap, I guess Shawn Wondunna-Foley's Humanity's Living Legacy,
Yeah.
it's basically this challenge to confront uncomfortable truths, shift our mindsets, and embrace collective action for a brighter future.
Yeah. And, you know, as you're going about your day after listening to this,
Yeah.
I want you to think about this question. If humanity were to actually achieve this unity
Right.
and spiritual evolution that Wondunna-Foley is talking about,
Yeah.
what would that look like? I mean, concretely, what would our cities look like?
Yeah.
How would we relate to nature?
Yeah.
What kind of art and music would we be creating, you know?
Those are good questions.
Ah.
Those are questions worth thinking about.
Yeah.
And that is all the time that we have for this deep dive.
Great deep dive.
But we'll be back next time with another fascinating topic.
Yeah.
So until then, thanks for listening.
See ya.